Hello everyone, welcome back to learnWebCoding. My name is Durgesh Sahani, and in this second episode of our design patterns in PHP series, we are going to learn the factory pattern in PHP. In the previous video, we learned how strategy pattern helps us switch behavior cleanly. In this video, we will focus on another very important problem, and that is object creation. Before jumping into the code, let me quickly show you what we are going to cover in this video, what the factory pattern is, why direct object creation can become difficult to manage, how to build a common notification contract, how to create multiple concrete notification classes, how to centralize object creation inside a factory class, and finally how to run and verify the result from the terminal. So let us start with a practical example. Suppose our application needs to send notifications through different channels like email, SMS, and Slack. If we keep creating those objects directly again and again in different places, the code becomes repetitive and difficult to maintain. The factory pattern helps us centralize that object creation logic in one clean place. The first step is to create a common contract. So here I am starting with the PHP file, enabling strict types, and then defining an interface named notification. Inside this interface, I am declaring one method named send. Every notification class will follow this same contract, which keeps our design clean and consistent. Now let us create our first concrete class, email notification. First, I am including the shared notification contract. Here I am defining the email notification class and implementing the notification interface. This gives the class a predictable structure. Now inside the send method, I am returning an email specific message. In a real application, this is where the mail sending logic would live. Next, let us do the same thing for SMS notifications. Again, I start by including the shared contract. Now I am defining the SMS notification class. Notice that the structure is still the same and only the specific behavior is changing. Inside the send method, I am returning an SMS specific message. This keeps the class responsible only for one notification type. Let us add one more notification channel, Slack. Just like the previous classes, I begin by including the same notification interface. Here, I am creating the Slack notification class and implementing the same contract. This makes all our notification objects interchangeable from the outside. Now I am writing the send method for Slack notifications. The output is different, but the contract remains the same. Now comes the most important part of this video. Before creating the factory class, I'm including the notification contract and all the concrete notification classes that the factory may need to return. Now I'm defining the notification factory class and creating one static create method. This method will become the single place from where our notification objects will be created. Inside the create method, I first normalize the incoming type value. Then I check the first condition and return the email notification object when the type is email. Now I'm adding the remaining conditions for SMS and Slack. And if the type does not match any known notification, I throw an exception. So all creation logic is now centralized in one class. Finally, inside the index file, I'm including the notification factory class so we can test the full flow from one place. Now I am creating a small jobs array. Each item contains a notification type and its message. So we can test multiple objects through the same entry point. And now I'm using a for loop. For every item, I call notification factory, create, get the right object, and then call the send method. This is where the factory pattern becomes very clear in practice. Let us run the code from the terminal and check the output. You can see that we are not creating email, SMS, or Slack objects manually in different places. We are simply asking the factory for the required object, and the factory handles the creation for us. That is exactly why this pattern is useful. So to summarize this video, we created a common notification contract, implemented multiple concrete classes, centralized the object creation logic inside a factory class, and then used that factory in the main workflow. This pattern is very useful when your application needs to create different objects based on some input, such as payment gateways, notification services, database drivers, report generators, and many other real-world components. That is all for this video. In the next session, we will cover singleton pattern in PHP and understand where it can be useful and where we should be careful while using it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Share this video with other PHP developers and do not forget to subscribe to Learn Web Coding for future updates.